Hey guys, Zach here, welcome back to the channel. So today I'm gonna be doing a little bit more stuff to the car. I'm still waiting on the PMC adapter, so hopefully it will arrive this week. I'm hoping that my Android player, my front mount intercooler and the piping as well as the PMC adapter will be arriving this week. I really hope so though. I've been calling up the couriers and checking with them. Intercooler has been almost 2 months. 2 months, guys. I've been waiting for the intercooler and the other parts as well, including this fuel tank, fuel surge tanks and pumps and stuff like that, fittings and all. It's really taking a while due to the COVID-19, I guess. That's why everything is a bit delayed. So I've already mounted the switch. I'm not so sure if it's in one of the videos. I'm pretty sure it was one in the videos. I've mounted all the 4 switch. I did a mistake here. There's a hole here, but it's fine. Can't really see, can't really tell as well. So only problem is that when I mounted these switches, it's hitting this top part here. So I'm gonna drill and make a hole here, which it was my intention as well, because I need the wires to come out somewhere inside the dashboard. So I was thinking to drill a hole here, but when this thing closes, yeah, it kind of blocks. So it's much more better that I make a hole here, that way nothing blocks and all the wires will just straight go up through here and doesn't block anything anyway. And I wanted to retain as stock as possible, which is why I didn't make a plate or something where it's going to look like a race car. This car is a street car, guys, so I'm trying to make the car as street looking as possible. There will be no sticker, no fancy downlight, Fast and Furious style lighting and stuff like that, no white body or whatever. I want to make it look as simple as possible. I'll probably put a 316i behind, to fool people, but I decided not to. I'm trying to make sure that the car looks simple, neat, fast. That's the objective. So objective is to make it look fast and it's neat and simple. Everything will be done as simple as possible. I need these switches though. I really need cut-off switch in case of anything. So in case if like suddenly the Nitrous starts to kick in for no reason, then obviously I need this cut-off switch. And I'll have a call, guys. I'll be right back. I'm back. Sorry, old schoolmate called me earlier. So I'm going to actually just drill these 2 parts, and then I'm going to be mounting the new terminal block for the negative, the ground. Well, the problem with the BMW E90 terminal block for the negative side, the grounding side, is just a one piece with a normal ground cable there. And yeah, I needed extra ground as well. Firstly is because I will be running ground for my fuse box as well, as you guys know, the relay box. And also I need better grounding as well, so I thought this one comes with 2 4-gauge grounding, which is the same one on the original terminal as well, 4-gauge, and this one is 8-gauge, I think, 8-gauge. Yeah, I'm gonna have this one 8-gauge as well installed. One will be for the relay box and stuff like that, and one more will be only for the ECU itself. As you guys know, the ECU does not allow you to ground on the body, they are on the chassis. You have to ground directly to the battery, I think. I don't know, to be honest, but it doesn't hurt to have extra grounding points, right? So I'll definitely have this. Oh yeah, sorry, one will be going directly to the front of the car as well. Probably not necessary, I guess. I'll probably just ground both to the back of the car and have one more ground cable. I bought another distribution block as well for the grounding, where it's okay, the terminal block, the distribution block itself is grounded and to the car, to the chassis. I can't remember though guys, sorry, but I think it's to the chassis directly, and that's like this 4 gauges wire or 7 gauge wire, I can't remember, that will be coming out, and all you have to do is just plug in all the grounding. So yeah, that will work better. But I might not be using that because firstly you have to route all the grounding cables extremely long all the way to the block, which I don't see it's necessary, because any grounding from the engine head or block or whatever, all you have to do is just make sure it goes to the chassis itself, because the chassis is a big grounding as well. So there's no point me grounding and all the way to the terminal block on the chassis. Unless that battery is on the front, then yeah, that would be much more better and that would make much more sense, but not necessary, I guess. As long as it's to the body, it should work fine. Anyways guys, time lapse guys. So as I was saying, I'm gonna drill 2 holes actually, 2 35mm holes if I'm not mistaken. Yep, 2 35mm holes, and then I'm gonna use the Dremel to actually square it up so it becomes a rectangle square instead, so I can pull the wirings much more easier, including the connectors and stuff like that. Here what I showed is that disc from the Dremel actually broke and flew towards right on me, and I'm gonna show you the spot here right on the polycarbonate there. Yep, it got and freaked me out. That thing just flew so fast, well at 5, 6, 7,000 RPM. If I wasn't using that polycarbonate glasses shield, yeah, I'm definitely gonna hit my eye. I'll probably get myself blind. So guys, safety first guys, always. I understand some people safety is very important. So here I'm going to be changing the terminal block on the original grounding. So I slice it up probably around 2 cm, oh no, 1.5 cm, and yep, that's the new terminal block. It's gold plated. I'll link down in the description on Shopee as well, and tighten it up and it's all good. I'm also going to show you guys where the cable actually goes. It's a very short cable, it's only a feet. Grounding cable, you always want to make sure it's as short as possible, so you know, just as any cables, power lines and everything, you want to make sure that it's as short as possible, because the longer the cable is, the less reliable it is. You know, you have parasitic power loss and voltage drop and stuff like that. So yep. Hey guys, alright, so I've done the negative terminal block, everything looks good. I was thinking to actually mount the water math pump there, but the height is only 3 inches. I'm not so sure if it's possible to fit in there. The length as well, according to the length I checked, everything seems fine. The only problem is that I'm not so sure if there's enough space for the lines here, so I gotta wait until the pump arrive. I'll probably have the line there instead. But another issue is to have them go through below the car, and I realized that the only way to go below through the car is to make sure that I go through this side here. Below this part here is actually below the car. Hold on, let me show you guys. So as you can see, this is just a cover. So below this part here is the cover for actually this plastic part below here. So I'm gonna have my fuel surge tank here, where it's going to be direct through this part here, and it's going to go right below this part here to the fuel tank right there. Fuel tank is right below the seat there, so it'll be much more easier that way. And also, main reason why I want it here is because I will probably have this part sealed, so there will be no fuel smell and stuff like that in the car, in the vehicle. And there's nowhere else to actually really mount it. I know there's certain area in the engine bay that I can have, but I'm not so sure if I'm going to actually mount it at the engine bay yet for now. It'll be much more easier and simpler though, because the return lines, well, basically the return line will just still be the same, and it'll be much more quicker for the fuel to pump to the surge tank, and the return lines to the surge tank as well, and from the surge tank to the fuel tank as well. So the only long lines actually really is the feed and the return line from the engine bay itself to the surge tank, so it's not too bad. I'll probably just have it mounted here. It's much more easier, and the pump will be much more quieter inside here, I guess. Alright, so what I did here was I drilled two holes, one on the top and one on the bottom. The top one, as you can see, that I use a TEN fitting. Yep, that will be where the nitrous outlet will be going. Well, I made it the hose a little bit longer so that when I lift up the center cardboard of the bonnet, and the nitrous will be going up, right? So I want to make sure that the hose is long enough so it doesn't get stuck and stuff like that. There will definitely be a union fitting there. As a bottom hose, I was supposed to wire up the nitrous pressure sensor, but I thought, you know, well, it's going to be in the car, the sensor, so might as well just wire it through the inner part of the car, sorry. And for the bottom hole, I decided to use the blow-by tube. Well, a blow-by tube, guys, what happened is when the nitrous pressure gets to a certain extent, there's a disc there where you will break and push out all the nitrous through the tube where you want to mount it. So I'm going to just actually mount it all the way down to that bottom hole just now. So here, as you can see, I'm doing some measurements and stuff like that. I want to make sure that the measurements are all correct. I do not want to make a bunch of holes on the cardboard and end up that you know, the angle are all wrong. So as you can see, I'll be drilling 4 holes for the mounting, and I've actually used these bolts to thread together with the cardboard itself. Alright, so as you can see, I've already mounted the bolts here. I thread them directly through the hole instead, so it fits like snugly in there, so it doesn't really move, because you want to make sure that the mounting for the nitrous is as tight as possible. You do not want it moving around, you know, when you're doing high G's cornering and stuff like that, braking, accelerating. You want to make sure that it doesn't really move. And one thing is that this thing is free, right? So it's not really like stick to anything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that I put Velcro tape here below, right below here, and that way that this thing doesn't just like flips up all the time. I don't want going through bumps and stuff and the nitrous jumping up and down as well. So this is the line that I made. It goes right directly down here, which will be from the nitrous line here, like that. I know it's not perfect or pretty, guys, but I will probably adjust it again, make sure that everything fits perfectly. So the mounting here, for the nitrous bottle, the front part is always higher than the rear, because you want to make sure that the siphon tube is actually going to be right at the back bottom here. So you want to make sure all the liquid flows to the back. And also when you're doing a pool, obviously when you're on nitrous, you're going to get a lot more G's, and all the liquid is going to go to the back. That way that it's not going to just pick up air, it's just going to pick up all the nitrous oxide instead. So I've done vacuum everything, guys. I'm going to mount the nitrous, and I'll see you guys then.
Alright guys, so this part, as I mentioned earlier, that I was supposed to wire the long black wire. Yeah, that's the nitro sensor wire, which I will be going through the inner part of the car, and I decided that the only way is to actually remove the whole entire right side panel. That way I have more access to actually get all the wires through bottom of the seat. And I found a really nice spot, as you can see here, at the end or the edge of the side there. Right below the seat area is where all the wirings from the battery as well goes through the inner part of the car. So I thought to myself, like, well, why not I just use that area, you know, since the original wirings are there and there's a gap, there's a really nice gap. And what I did was I had some metal hook and this long corrugated cable cover, I think. That way I can, you know, just push all the wirings, whatever wirings I want, from the bonnet all the way, from the trunk all the way to the front. And yep, I'm just, you know, going it through, putting it, and it was really a tight fit. It wasn't really hard to get it through the seat and all the way to the front on the bottom right side, right below pillar. That was the trickiest part though, but I want to make sure that I follow that route so it looks as stock and as clean as possible.
Alright, as you can see, I've got this corrugated I think wire hose, cable hose, I don't know. Main reason why I'm using is so basically in case in the future or anything, I will have extra line in here, so that way I can start to pull more lines there, and that way that, you know, because you might never know in the future if you need to pull more wiring, right? So I have this. I don't really like using this. It looks very tacky, I guess, but it's easier to route the wires there and without the wires all getting stuck, because as you know, I've got to make sure a few wires have to go through there as well, including the nitrous solenoid and stuff like that. I have to make sure that it goes all the way to the front as well. So I might I'm not so sure how I'm gonna actually pull the hose here. I'll probably just route it somewhere inside, and I don't know, somewhere. I think it's gonna rest on this thing, on this board here, which I think is fine. If it gets flattened out a little bit, it's fine over here, but I think that is the only solution that I could come up with. And with this corrugated, I'm pretty sure the wire won't get pinched or destroyed, and that's why I'm gonna use this as well. So hold on, let me off this. So I've removed the back seat, as you can see. I've cleaned it, vacuumed it. It was horrible, it was dirty. I don't know how was it that dirty. Bunch of stuff as well. So I've got it through right here where the original wiring goes as well, from the battery to the starter and stuff like that. So I fit it right here, and this is the end of it. That way I can put all the wiring on the side here to the front of the car. And pretty sure I can put the back seat on, but before I put the back seat on, I mean, this one can just flex, right? It can just crush, it doesn't matter, as long as it crush but it doesn't actually destroy and pin the wires and the cables, that'll be fine. So which is why I'm using the corrugated cable line, I guess you call it. So I'll probably just start wiring and pulling all the wires in. I'm gonna take a break, guys. It's extremely hot weather here, as you can see. It's really hot. I've called the guy to actually do the awning for my house. It's been a while and he's quite busy, so I told him if he can hurry up, you know, get it done as soon as possible. If he's still not answering me or, you know, making an appointment with me, I think I'm just gonna call up some of the guys that get it done as soon as possible, so that I can do the work without sweating my ass off, you know. Alright guys, so I'm gonna continue and I'll go show you guys how I pull the wirings off. Alright, before I go, I'm just gonna show you guys the E90 fuel pump, the 320i on the N46. You can see. So I suspect this is definitely the fuel pump. So ground and power, and this one is probably the float, I guess. There's a wire for the float as well for there. So 2 float wire, which is brown, yellow, and black, red, yellow dot. Yep, same as that, I think. So yep, that's about it. And I'm definitely gonna have this line direct to the fuel surge tank to fill up the fuel surge tank, which will power up with all the Walbro. And hold on, you see this nipple here? Oh shit, hold on guys. There you go. Alright, so if you guys notice, there's a nipple there, and I could probably just cut this, I guess, and have it fit back to the tank. I'll double check, I'll triple check, but I think yep, that will be a really good solution. Main reason is I do not really want to mess up with the stock fuel tank. That way, in case, you know, everything runs perfectly as stock as possible. So all the original fuel pump have to do is pump to the fuel surge tank and then back to the car, to the engine fuel rail. So yep, that's about it guys. Hey guys, alright, so I'm gonna stop for tonight. I'm not gonna start doing everything at night guys. I don't really like doing my work at night, as you guys know it. I mean, I love it because it's a little bit more cooling, you know. As you can see, I have a huge ass fan, but it's still hot sometimes guys. It's really hot. I'm showering like 2-3 times a day, but yep, everything is good. Main reason I'm not going to do it at night because I don't have visibility. I can't really see much. I don't want to have lights shining here and there all the time. I prefer it to do on daytime where everything is clear and bright. And also I'm exhausted guys. It's really tiring doing this. I will definitely continue tomorrow, and I'll definitely